is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Hello, America, and hello, world. Good morning, Pilipinas. Welcome to our The Teacher Voice. This is just an hour show that aims to give teachers the opportunity to talk on air about their unforgettable journey, share their to inspire and give hope to our listeners and viewers. This show airs by the Philippine Las Vegas radio station, located in the heart of Las Vegas, every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And in the Philippines, it's Sunday, 10 in the morning. I am Teacher Judy, your host, and my co-host for tonight is Teacher Pacita Ross from New York City. And our dear Tita Josie Harrison from Las Vegas. We are going to miss you, but try to feel better, Tita. I know you are resting right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, we have a very special guest from Peru. His story will inspire our dear teachers, students, and our listener as in general. But before we will proceed, I would like to ask Tita Pacit to greet our teachers all over the world.
Okay, sure. Okay, magandang araw o magandang gabi sa ating mga listeners, especially the teachers who are doing a tremendous job during this very dire time that we are in. So teachers, kapit lang kayong lahat dyan, and thank you very much sa inyong ginagawa for our children and for the future of the country. Salamat.
Very good. Tita, thank you so much. And I would like also to greet my family back home, even though that we are hit by Typhoon Odette over there in the Philippines. Odette went there, that was 3 days ago, and it hit the Negros Occidental part of that. So, kapit lang tayo doon, okay?
Right.
We are here, we are praying for you, and whatever help that we can extend, we are giving there in the Philippines also, guys. So, mga teachers all over the world, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Tonight, we are going to read the bio note of our special guest. Ooh. This is from Peru, Tita, and we have the same as what he mentioned to me. We have the same zone, time zone. So it's fine. We're very good.
Okay.
Tita Pacit, yes?
Yeah, sure. With great pleasure. Our guest tonight graduated summa cum laude from the University of Santo Tomas in 1968 with a degree in elementary education. After that, he taught reading at Lourdes School in Mandaluyong in Metro Manila with a team of grades 5, 6, and 7th grade teachers. Meanwhile, he took a master's degree with specialization on education for the gifted. 3 years later, he joined the Ateneo Grade School where he taught the honors or gifted class for 9 years.
Wow.
After over a decade in elementary education, he shifted to human resource development. He became a communication specialist in companies like the Construction and Development Corporation of the Philippines, Metro Bank, RFM Corporation, San Miguel, and the Hotel Intercontinental Manila. In human resources development, he has held various positions like human resource manager, training manager, regional director, and ultimately general manager in various hotels, especially in Latin America. Judy.
In Peru, where he is right now, there in Peru, he has been invited to teach classes on hotel and restaurant management in a few universities. He has authored a book entitled Pasión por el Cliente, which tackles hotel service excellence. He hopes to see its English version soon. Wow. Also in Peru, where he is currently based, he has spearheaded a project called We Love to Read. This is to develop the love for reading among children ages 3 to 12 years old. Most rewarding among his accomplishments, he feels, is to see many successful individuals in the industry who he had a chance to develop to become what they are today. Ladies and gentlemen, hi! I would like to present to you our guest right now, our interviewee, Sir Marcelino R. Pangan. Good evening there.
Welcome. Buenas
Welcome,
noches.
welcome.
Buenas noches.
Yes, that's good evening.
Buenas noches, sí.
Sir Mars, it's our pleasure to see you here, and we're going to interview you. But before you will do that, can you please greet your friends, your families all over the world?
Magandang umaga o magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Sa aking mga kapatid, mga pinsan, mga kaibigan sa Pilipinas at sa ibang dako ng mundo. Buenas noches y buenos días a todos mis amigos. Lo que hablan español. Good morning to everyone who is listening to this very excellent transmission. Really a pleasure for me to be here and to be able to share with you my experiences, especially my love for teaching. I've been in different companies doing different jobs, but still I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
Once a teacher, always a teacher.
That's correct.
Diba?
That's correct.
And the most ang pinaka satisfactor dito sa trabaho natin ayun, makita natin ang mga former students natin who have been very successful, no?
Exactly.
Claim all the honor, but of course we feel really great when they say, "Sir, no? Utang namin sa inyo kung ano ang narating namin ngayon." I think that's the best reward. Yes. Although when we were doing it, we did it with passion, for passion. Ang passion na yan, ang sabi ko, when somebody is passionate about something, it's because we love to do it and not because of word. Pero pag may mga recognition na ganyan, wow, talaga naman, no?
Bonus na lang yon. Bonus na lang.
Keeps it going. Kaya ayoko mag-retire eh. Ayoko mag-retire. Sino magre-retire? Ang retirement is is for the people who don't like what they are doing. But pero sa atin, no?
I know. Totoo yan.
If they take that away from us, anong gagawin natin? No?
Teachers, you hear this? Teachers, you hear this? There is no retirement.
No, walang retirement yan.
Correct. You are right. But we will discuss that later.
Okay.
You mentioned that there is no retirement when you are a teacher. Can you explain that, Sir Mars? Can you explain?
Okay.
Yes.
As you said, and the purpose of this program is we keep on inspiring by the life we lead, no? And by the life that we teach our children, our future leaders, no? Leadership para sa atin is inspiration, and the best leaders, I think, are our teachers. What I am today, I owe it to my teachers from the elementary to the university to the graduate school. You know, I've been privileged to have been under teachers who inspired me to be what I am and who have inspired me to do what they expected me to do. Ganun yata ang ating mission eh.
Beautiful words and tribute sa mga teachers, Mars. They would
Yeah.
love to hear that. I hope they hear that, no? I hope they
And
do.
also, Tita, I know you are friends. I am so very excited to ask questions to this son.
Go ahead, ask him.
You graduated as summa cum laude in Santo Tomas. Ako, sir, kahit ano na lang, kahit cum laude na lang, pero wala ako naka-cum laude. What made you become summa cum laude in San... Oh my gosh! Can you tell me, what did you do in your college life?
I come from a very humble family. It was only for the scholarship that I got from UST that I was able to continue.
Oh, I see.
As a matter of fact, I have a sister who is retired, by the way, comes after me, and she had to stop studying.
Oh,
Parents couldn't afford to send two of us to UST.
At the
okay.
same time.
She was not a scholar, but she was also good. As a matter of fact, she has a PhD, which I don't have, you know.
Okay.
And before she retired, she was president of a community college in Mabalacat City.
Okay.
Pampanga.
Manila.
Ang ano diyan sa
Pampanga.
kapatid ko,
Pampanga.
she had to stop until my teachers at the UST, mga critic teachers ko, they gave me the chance to earn some money so I could support my sister.
Oh,
Wow.
Ang first years ko sa UST, I said, makapasa lang o ma-maintain lang scholarship.
right? Uh-huh.
But
Okay
then I
ka na.
said, first semester, second semester, no. After 1 year, sabi ko, kailangan cum laude dito.
Okay.
Second and third, kailangan magna ito. Nung COC,
Taas.
it
Yeah.
has to be summa cum laude. So,
Mataas.
with God's help,
Wow.
with God's help. Ang ano pa dyan, and this is one thing also that I would like to inspire the teachers. Wag lamang yung teach and teach, no? Be a well-rounded person because that's what we would like our students to be.
To be.
Well-rounded. So, I was dedicated to many activities.
Oh, during your college life.
During my college life. Yeah?
Oh.
And talagang God's help and the support of my professors enabled me to maintain my grades and at the same time be engaged in different activities in school. For example,
Mm-mm.
ito talaga I will never forget ang mga professor ko. Once, because I was president of the student council, marami activities yan, no?
Yeah.
I went into the room and then ang dean, no, through ang tawag doon, yung parlante, yung merong voice yung minomonitor ang mga classes, di ba?
Oh, okay.
Tinawag ako sa office.
Okay.
Balik uli ako, tawag uli, balik ako, sabi ng professor, wag ka na nga pumasok. Sabi ganun.
Balik-balik.
Bala lang. But anyway, I also had beautiful and excellent classmates. So I could not attend the class. So what they did was to lend me their notebooks so I could study. Because while I was editing the newspaper of the college, I could not attend class. So I can only rely on the support of my
Teachers.
which is also one of the qualities of a teacher, you know?
To understand.
Yeah.
No,
Work as
may
a team.
understand.
Work as a team. And
Correct.
yung humility mo to consider that you need help. And if you need help, you seek it. You know?
Wow.
I was lucky to have been in an environment that very supportive.
Ang mga tao.
One thing that the teachers have to establish. I've been a teacher in the grade school. I've been a teacher in the universities, and that's one thing that I try to establish in the classroom. The atmosphere of working together instead of competing. There should be collaboration instead of competition. Because I believe that our students learn from each other, and they are inspired to learn more because they have to share.
Okay, Sir Mars, you mentioned about competing. What do you mean by this? You mean some teachers cannot anymore concentrate on their job or their assignment because of the competition of their work? What do you mean?
No, as a matter of fact, especially at the Ateneo, my class was very competitive.
Okay.
And
Honors
serious
class,
that.
eh?
Honors class yan. Ang expectations nila ganun. So we have to be the best. I mean, especially in the Ateneo, ang philosophy nila is to well-rounded person. Hindi lang actually, but social, etc. Physically, ang mga students ko, generally, they are very small, you know. Hindi yung mga tall guys. But then, we implanted in them that they have to excel in everything that they do.
They do.
And even in sports.
Okay.
But then, to be able to excel, you have to work hard. You have to work hard. I was lucky because the parents that I had were supportive. Imagine on Saturdays, they would come to the grade school to help me to train their kids, you know, in sports. You know? And lahat ng competition, we really strive to do the best. I mean, you have to compete with yourself, you know, realize what your potential is and then work to the maximum of your potential. Not the competition of trying to, you know, to step on the backs of others. No, that's not
right.
I mean, that I taught, but compete with yourself.
With yourself, that's right.
Standard. Set your standard and then try to achieve it like that.
Exactly.
Wow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Tita Paset?
So let's go back to your teaching experience sa Pilipinas. So how do you think would the reading classes now kasi tagal na yon, that's like maybe over 30 years ago when we were there, ano? Ngayon, what do you think is now from your own reading and from your own studies now, ano kaya ngayon ang itsura ng reading class or teaching reading sa Pilipinas before you had you team taught with other grade level teachers? So what do you think is it like now sa atin sa Pilipinas?
Dati kasi, remember yung SRA program natin?
Yeah.
One thing is, reading will still remain to be an individualized instruction.
First, yeah.
Noon ang materials natin, yung mga booklets, no? Di ba? But ngayon, our kids are technologically oriented. And so, we should be able to maximize the use of technology in our reading instruction. So, first challenge natin, tayo ang number one or two steps ahead of our students, no, in what they know in terms of technology. Use the technology without losing the values. Kasi ang problema ngayon, tech, pero ganon. We lose sight of the values. No? That's why I said, I mean, with people who are engaged in a lot of technology, yung humanizing technology, you know, in all my conferences, I always emphasize that. Humanize the technology.
What do you mean?
I mean, for example, in the hotel industry, where I have to use technology,
a lot, yeah.
When I train the staff, I said, you know what? The technology is your instrument. It's a tool and not something that will enslave you or leave everything to technology. No. No? Because sometimes, for instance, a front office staff, you know, he or she becomes a slave to technology. Paano yon? Dumating ang guest, ano ginagawa ng staff? Nakatingin lang sa computer. He forgets the person. No. Use technology beforehand, before the guest comes. Learn about the person so that when the person is right in front of you, interact with him.
All right. Okay.
Use ng technology. So ganon din ang teachers. No? Don't leave the kids to use the technology, but you have to know something about the technology that will enhance you to make them even better persons. Yun yung aking point about humanizing technology.
Okay. So is that your reason why you started your advocacy, itong project mo sa Peru?
We love to read.
Yeah, we love to read. Why did you do that?
Well, First of all, because it's my passion, no? It's my passion because as a reading teacher, that's one thing that I also learned from my professors in reading. I don't know if you remember the eminent Aurora Roldan. Remember? Invented, who introduced SRI in the Philippines, and Clotilde Salvador from the CAP. No, they were my mentors. They were my to go into the field of reading. And then I said, lahat ng mga successful people, one of the keys to their success is their love for reading. Their love for reading. Okay. And especially now with technology, it's so easy. There's so much,
so easy.
So much material. Yeah. A lot of material that they can. So that material is there, but if you don't love reading, they can't go. You won't be able to make use of it. And as a manager also, you have to be 2 or 3 steps ahead because competition is so fierce. Yes.
Yeah. How many years you did teach there in the Philippines in elementary?
In the Philippines, total 12 years.
12 years.
Okay. After 12 years, you shifted in human resource.
In human resource, yeah.
What made you shift to human resource?
Correct.
They're a big...
Very important question. You know what? I don't know, Chief, if you remember one of my students, his name is Edmond Sialsita. I don't know if you recall him.
Very vague.
During the parent-teacher conference, I was talking to the mother, and then she said, "You know what, Mr. Pangan? I don't pressure my Edmond so much because after all, those who succeed in life are not always those who get in the elementary. I would like my kid to enjoy his childhood." And that struck me so much. I said, wow. I felt so guilty trying to pressure my students a lot.
Right.
I don't know if I did right or wrong, but that became to me an epiphany. I said, why do I do this? Why don't I allow these children to live their childhood? Okay. There's another way.
Yes.
Of inspire them to learn, but at the same time live as they should live.
Oh.
Said, well,
this is a very good, a wisdom. Guys, teachers, listen to this. Now, what you are saying, Sir Mars, is that it is good to let the kids, children, right, to live like that as a child or children. Don't pressure them too much to study and study.
They have some discipline also, Discipline is important. They should realize that, but there's a time to play and there's a time to study.
Right.
I think that we also try to develop at the Ateneo, And I don't know, Chit, if you remember the thesis of our late friend, Mr. Singson, about homework.
Yeah.
About homework.
Right.
You have to think about the homework that the children will enjoy doing, that will enhance their learning, and allow them still to live in their families. Yeah. When we assign homework, think about that. What is the purpose of the homework?
Correct.
And for them, imagine our children, they have 6 subjects, and in every subject they have...
There is homework.
Oh, no.
They have also 6 homework.
Kawawang mga bata.
We should be selective. And then it should be really a homework that they will enjoy doing, that will enhance their values.
And that they can enjoy do by themselves independently.
Yes.
Without tutors, yes.
Yes, I remember.
One of the things that I enjoyed doing in my honors class, two things that were very significant, and I think my students, recognize that, and up to now they remember that. So early in the year, in the 70s pa ito, but we were already environment conscious. For example, I took my class to Kaliraya. Kaliraya at that time was the first entity that that went into environmental consciousness.
Uh-huh.
So we stayed there. We stayed there for 3 days to learn about nature. This was in 1970, in the 70s.
Yeah, too early in the...
And then I also brought my other class, my 7th grade class, to the north, to Pampanga, up to Ilocos. And one of the things that my students, 7th graders, 12 to 14 years old, ano na eh. Kasi sa Ateneo, ang emphasis natin was we have to create men for others.
Men for others.
And one of the insights of the students is that I said, why are there prostitutes? Why are there girls working into that? I don't know if that inspired some of them to be more conscious of the plight of the poor. I hope so.
I hope so too. Right. Mm-hmm.
So,
wow.
Siguro ganun ang emphasis natin. No? We have to be linked, or connected, and make sure that the homework or the things that we ask our children to do, they are connected to the world that they live in.
Yeah, right. Especially so that they are in the upper echelon of the society.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Tita Paset, you remember one of our interviewees in here, Sir Mars, the legendary composer, Noy Piliora.
Noy Piliora.
Noy Piliora. You remember Asin? Of Asin? He was here. Asin singers.
Yung band.
Yung band na Asin. So he went to Israel. And remember, Tita, he was able to teach there in Israel. And the philosophy of the school of where he taught, ito, na wala sila homework. No, wala sila homework. It's more on activities. And the students are very intelligent. Remember, Tita? So it is more on the activities. They have to let the students out from the classroom, play, and then it's somewhat like that. Mm-hmm. But can we say that in the Philippines, you think that is like what we are talking right now, that, mga homework, if we can do... The teachers are bounded of what we call the curriculum of the DepEd, Department of Education. You think there is still hope that we can still change the curriculum of the Philippines? Sir Mars?
I think so. As a matter of fact, my sister, who is already retired, once we were talking about, creating materials, but then, they would not lend her the curriculum, and see how the curriculum has to be changed. No. There are people at the DepEd that have different mindsets, which
exactly
are positive mindsets. And I hope that we should encourage those people who are more broad-minded and to do the job,
Well, you will be like, ano ba yun? Susuntok ka sa buwan. Kasi it seems to me like, because they are always in a closed environment, and they only hear themselves and the people around them. So they are not attuned to what's happening
out. Again, the curriculum is supposed to be the minimum requirements.
Only,
Ganun ang ginawa ko eh. I was able to get the minimum, but then again, knowing your children what they want and what you think enhance their experience, gawin mo yun.
Yeah.
And yung opportunity ko kasi doon sa yung mga parents who are also well educated, they know what's best for their children. We're very cooperative.
Yeah.
I had the support of the parents. And I was lucky to have been in that environment, whether in Lourdes or whether in Ateneo. I was so lucky to have parents who only had in mind the best for their children. And look at them now. And I'm so proud.
Yeah, to their credits, parents in the Philippines.
Parents.
Mahirap. They're so supportive of the teacher. Di ba? Pag sumbong ka sa parent about yung kalokohan ng anak nila, lalo nilang pagagalitan yung bata because they look up to the teacher to, help them mold or develop the child. Anyway, Mars.
That's another point pala.
Yeah.
That's another point that I would like the teachers to, from my experience, with the parents. It's very important.
Educate the parents.
It is a collaborative effort.
Correct.
Only the teacher, but also the parents. Yun isang point ko pa.
So Mars, I would like to ask you, you were a teacher in a formal elementary school, and then you taught adults too, mga managers and people in certain positions. How do you find that particular teaching aspect of your teaching, and what are the good takeaways you have about teaching these people who are already in certain positions, mga adults na?
Yeah, at siyempre ang adult learning, ang basis niyan is experience. No? You draw out from their experiences. Yun ang basis ng instruction sa adults.
This adult education, yes.
Who know more than you do.
They would.
So in terms of technical things, they are excellent. But ang emphasis ko sa work ko in the business world are the soft skills.
Exactly, soft skills.
Leader, how to handle people. Ang experience ko kasi sa business world is living with the humblest people.
Explain it, please.
Coaching to the managers, I tell them, this is what the people feel. Success in any business world or in any business environment depends on the people, and that's what I emphasize with the managers. As a matter of fact, now we changed the term managers. We emphasize more on leadership, and leadership is focused on people. And our teachers should become leaders too.
Oh yeah.
So what you are saying
inspire. That's the key word.
So what you are saying that business or education, whatever we do, is more on our relationship with people.
Of course.
Success starts from there. Right. It's not about how
intelligent.
Right. It's not about that. It's about relating yourself to other people.
You use your intelligence to enhance your relationship
with others. Right. Thank you very much. I love this. It's so good to have to listen to the wisdom of older.
Older.
I love that. Or mature people. Okay.
Now
this is so good.
Okay. Say Mars, ano ang magagandang what are the beautiful things you have learned about people you have met, especially in Latin America, regarding their culture, the way they I'm sure people are all the same all over the world, but there are some special things about them. What are some of those things that you think are really nice about the people in Latin America that you have worked with?
Okay. First of all, I would like to say that I think I'm really blessed, no? Blessed not in the sense na marami akong pera kagaya ni Bill Gates, hindi blessed.
Malayo pa.
But I'm blessed with the fact that I've always been in the best. For example, I was able to study in one of the best universities. I was able to teach in the best schools. Yeah? And I was able to work outside of the school in the best companies, CDCP, Metrobank, RFM, San Miguel. I mean,
true.
I don't know, but
yeah.
I've been in the best companies, in the best schools. Yeah?
Correct, yeah.
And then one day I told my mom, may she rest in peace, magre-resign ako sa
pagka-maestro.
no, sa San Miguel.
Okay.
And lahat ng tao gusto magtrabaho sa San Miguel at ikaw
So, mag-aalis, okay?
Sabi ko, Mother, alam nyo, magstay ako sa San Miguel, kailangan ko mag-ipon ng 1 year para ako makarating ng Hong Kong. Pero sa Intercontinental, it gave me the opportunity to see the world,
to travel,
learn about cultures.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, when I was teaching this course on 7 habits of highly effective people, no, one of the 7 habits is have an end in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And in the exercise I did was to write your goals, no, goals in your life. And one of my goals was to be able to visit and learn as many countries as my age.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya lang,
have you done that?
no, unfortunately, lumabas ako sa Intercontinental. Hindi ko na naituloy kasi sa Hilton where I worked later, puro US ang mga trips, hindi kagaya sa Continental around the world. So, my age, I'm already 12 or 13 countries short. But I hope that when I go to the Philippines to visit, I'll be able to go to Myanmar,
the closer one,
Vietnam. Yun, hindi ko pa na.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Because Sir Mars, when you left the Philippines,
Yes.
what year was that, or your age that time? Or how
That
did
was
you
in
go to
That was in 1988.
1988?
That was in 1988.
And then you went to Peru?
No, 1988, you know, how old was I?
40.
Oo,
No.
mga 40 lang siya eh.
No,
Mga
20.
30 something.
I was already 30 in my 30s.
30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you know, I was also lucky when I went to Intercontinental, because yung mga top executives ng Intercontinental, they were the ones who took care of my career.
Oh, parang
2 years.
gina-scholars nila ka.
Yeah. So 2 years sa Manila, they promoted me as HR manager in Vanuatu. From Vanuatu, they took me to Mexico. From Mexico, they promoted me as regional
I see.
based in Venezuela during the better times.
Bakit, Sir Mars? Bakit nag-alis ka sa pagka-maestro?
No, hindi pa rin. Kasi training pa rin eh. Training pa rin. No eh. Kaya lang, ibang
What I mean sa classroom ba? Is that
ibang
because of
age
the
level.
salary? It's a bigger...
Yeah, of course. Kasama na rin yun. Kasama na rin yun. But again, kahit nasa hotel ako, yun. Every opportunity that I can teach,
You teach.
I teach.
Uh-uh.
That's why hanggang ngayon, they know me more, they know me better as a professor rather than a manager.
Then a manager. As a trainer. That's true. Wow.
So tell us about your present job ngayon sa
Peru.
Still in Peru, right?
Ngayon, because of the pandemic, I am in a very small hotel, but I am hoping to be able to move to another one. You know, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that for the next 3 years, I hope. Although I'm also into consulting for some small hotels.
Yeah.
And that's what my plan. As I said, I'm not going. No?
You're not going to retire.
No. I'm just going to change my career, you know, instead
still
of
in training.
Basically
Teaching pa din. Teaching.
I will still teach managers how to manage, you know,
Wow.
and hopefully to do some research and write some more.
Wow. Oh my goodness. This is
But
so
again,
cool.
cheat,
Yeah.
Judy. Maybe we can work together. I mean, I cannot do it.
Absolutely.
Why not? I'm thinking.
Absolutely.
I have my reading, my master's in reading, and that's what
Yeah.
I have been doing in terms of, you know, workshops and seminars free, sa Pilipinas. I've been
Yeah.
doing that for a few years already. So siguro nga we can, because you're also
Collaborate.
we can
Yeah.
collaborate siguro.
Absolutely.
Oh, Judy, let me tell you about Mars, how humble this person is. When we were in Peru, in Miraflores, right, Mars? He
Yeah.
walked to our hotel, picked
Aw.
me and my husband up, and brought us to his hotel. He toured me around doon sa hotel nila. And then, oh my God, yung kanilang spread ng kanilang hotel, yung restaurant. Oh God, the food is so appetizing, delicious looking, and he treated us to a meal, and it was just
Oh my
very nice of him.
gosh.
Yeah.
How I
Very,
wish
very-
pandemic will go now, and
Yeah.
then we will visit Peru again.
Yeah, punta
Yeah. Please
Yes.
come. I
Oh,
always tell
yeah.
my friends and my former students to come, while I'm still around.
And it's
So
a
that's
beautiful
true.
place. It's a
And also,
beautiful
Sir Mars, if you want to come to visit America here in New York, we are here. Tita Paset, right?
He has
So,
been here a few times, yeah.
Many
Correct, correct.
times.
Many times. So by the next time, please let us know.
Yeah, of course.
Let us know. This is
But,
so awesome.
Think seriously about being able to help others by pulling resources together, and then see how we can produce something that will be beneficial to all.
Perfect.
Well,
Perfect.
especially those-
Absolutely.
Especially those who still are, underserved. Yung mga underserved talaga. We have to take care
True.
of them.
Yeah.
And also, Sir Mars, what can you advise to some teachers that they have also this what we call passion, not just only in the classroom, right? They want also to move up to different, like what we are doing. Like in my case also, I used to be a teacher, but now it's not. I'm in the business, but it's more on training also here in New York. So what I am saying is there are some teachers around there that they want to not to get out from education, but they want also to elevate their lives, exploring to different kinds of things like business. What can you
Advise them.
tell them? Right.
Depends on what really wants, what one really wants to do, because you may want to do something, but are you really passionate about it, or are you
Okay.
with the skills and the abilities? Of course, those skills and abilities, they can be earned. So there's so many things that maybe we have not thought of.
Mm-mm.
Things like I don't know, different kinds of business or what we call it in Peru, emprendimiento, no, or business ventures.
Oh, okay.
How many years you've been there now?
In Peru, I've been in
Oh,
16 years now.
16.
In America since 1989.
You were here before?
In 1989, I was in Mexico. Remember, I told you that
Latin siya pala.
Intercontinental took care of my career. So from the Philippines to Vanuatu to Mexico to Venezuela, where I stayed for 16 years as director, regional director for HR and training for the whole of Latin America.
Wow. Yeah.
There in the
Then I left.
Philippines, what is your concentration? What was your concentration? English?
Yeah, reading.
Yeah.
Reading, English, Filipino, and social studies.
Yeah.
Ay, language siya siguro.
Remember
Yes.
the late Mr. Badwa?
Oh, yeah. Which
Yeah.
one? The older one?
Quirino Badwa.
Yeah. The older.
We worked together in a series with Ale Mars on the social studies text. I don't know if that's still existing, but I wrote in 6th grade Araling Panlipunan, at that time.
The math department also put out a few books, and I co-authored 4 of them. They're no
In
longer
UST? In
the-
UST?
in Ateneo.
Ateneo.
In Ateneo. Okay. They're no longer in use.
Yeah.
They need updating.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Talking to you guys older than me, And with all this experiences.
Bakit Judy? Lagi ka naman age, ha?
Hindi.
Masakit sa damdamin yung sinasabing
Huwag
older.
na lang bala magsakit ng damdamin. Sir Mars, taga-Negros ako, so naga-Bisaya ako minsan. Kay gusto daw nila. Oh, we want to hear your accent sa Bisaya. So pero anyway, because of this, I learned so much about success, about life with you guys. No? Si Tita Chit is very close to me. So, nakita ko ngayon sa inyo na you are very successful when it comes to your life, not just only in career, but in life itself. I can see that. And what is, Sir Mars, what is in you? What is the traits you have in there that you are successful?
I think first of all, it's my faith in the Lord. Huh? I've been reared.
Wow.
And I've had the opportunity to study in Catholic schools and taught in Catholic schools. And everything depends on that. I mean, I don't know what others think, but you have to be, when I graduated and then I had to deliver my valedictory address.
Wow.
The end of my address was...
Wait. Sa high school ka, valedictorian ka?
Valedictorian ako.
Tita Pacita.
I entered as a scholar at UST. There was one, I don't remember the author, but the last part of my valedictory speech was
address.
Thine own self be true, and it will follow the day into night. Thou canst not then be false to any man.
Oh yeah.
To thine own self be true.
Oh. Wow.
As the day follows the night, thou canst not then be false to any man.
Wow.
Just be sincere, you know?
Yes.
Fault,
acknowledge him.
Yeah.
It's in Proverbs, right? Like, acknowledge him and he shall direct your path.
Yeah.
Totoo.
Yung aking guiding principle, you know? And humility.
So, you are saying, Sir Mars, na success comes from the Lord.
Yes. I mean, you can do what you can, but in the end, it's Him.
True.
That will give you the strength, you know? I'm talking about my personal experience. And my experience in that, you know? I'm not a saint. I'm a great sinner. But the Lord loves sinners, you know?
Oh, true.
But I don't want to abuse that even as well. No?
Though ma-religious na tayo at philosophical.
But you know what?
This is life. You're talking about life, but that's my life.
Yeah. You know what, Mars? Most of the people we have interviewed in this program, pag tinatanong na namin yung mga ganyang questions, first na sinasabi nila is what you also said first. It's the trust in the Lord, depending on the goodness of the Lord. Ganon ang kanilang kwan lagi sinasabi. So, it must be true, di ba? Kasi almost everybody had said that.
Yeah.
Look at my bio data. You know, sometimes I said, "Wow, how lucky I have been."
Yeah, that's true. That's
lucky I've been. But again, he allowed us to live in poverty. You know, we were struggling.
Yeah.
We were struggling.
Yes.
I think that is his way of saying, "Okay, this is your start, and you have to work hard."
Oh, yes.
I've always been in the best schools, the best employment, the best environments.
Wow.
And worked with the best people.
Yes.
You know?
Best friends. Best friends.
Best people.
Yung sabi ba ni Paul sa Bible na natikman ko ang bounty. Natikman ko man ang poverty. Parang ganun. Pero ang ending niya, nagsabi siya nga, through Christ that strengthens me. That I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Totoo yan. Wow, Sir Mars, grabe ito na interview. Hindi lang ito buhay ang ating pero it's about reflection of our faith, reflection about success, about our life,
Relations with people.
relations
By
with
the way,
people.
one thing na hindi ko masyadong na-elaborate, shit yung question mo, what did I learn about the different cultures?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's go back to that.
One value, no matter where you are, in Middle East, in Europe, etc., the best value that you see in every culture is respect.
Yeah.
Respect
Yes.
That's it.
Exactly.
It's manifested in different ways, but still the same. Respect
Yes.
for a human person.
I've
Yun
seen
ang-
that.
that's
Yeah,
what I
I've seen
discovered.
that. Yeah,
That's what I discovered.
yeah, right.
You cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong.
With respect.
How
Correct.
to respect.
Correct.
But again, learn how respect is manifested in different ways according
Uh-huh.
to
Mhm.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You
Thank you.
cannot get wrong when you have that respect.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Amen. Sir Mars,
Yeah.
hindi lang dito nagtapos ha. I will call you if I have something to ask. Sir Mars, can you give me an advice? May problema ako. To parang nagustuhan ko yung mga linyadas mo ah. Wow, this is so cool. You see? The
Yeah.
wisdom.
Very impressed lang si Judilyn sa iyo, Mars.
Oh, thanks.
You know,
Yes.
ako hindi na kasi kilala ko na ikaw, so hindi na ako impressed sa iyo.
Ah,
Anyway,
oh, I
Yes,
love
so-
this. I love
yeah,
this.
we are very, very blessed. Okay, the word is blessed that you
That's it, that's
accepted to be part of the
No.
Yeah.
On the contrary, I'm really privileged to have been, thought
Oh.
about to be in this program because yung shit
Wow.
important.
Grabe. At saka, ito sabi mo yung the one that you mentioned, Sir Mars, that you have all this, no? When you saw your resume or your bio data, you see, ay, ito palang na-achieve ko. Pero anhin natin, talaga lahat yun grasya eh. Nagrasyahan lang tayo, right? Dahil there are so many people more than us. Pero bakit binigay yun ng Panginoon niya sa atin?
That's correct. That's correct.
Grasyahan tayo. Yeah. Grabe ang grasya sa atin. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to meet you, Sir Mars. But before we're
pleasure.
going to leave, give us your wisdom, quotes, and then Tita, give us also your quote. And then I will be the last to give.
Okay. I'll be the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is from Miles Davis, a musician, an American musician. I think it relates to our adventures, mga teachers, and plain individuals. Sinabi niya, do not fear mistakes because there are none. What Miles Davis really means is that our mistakes are actually just missteps, and they should be used for us to blaze a new trail or to start anew. So let's not think mistakes. Let's call them missteps that should propel us to do something else
Wow.
that is better.
Wow. Love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Sir Mars, do you have?
No, I'm going to repeat what I said in my valedictory address.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
My guiding principle: to thine own self be true,
Mhm.
and it will follow as the night follows the day.
Mm-hmm.
Thou canst not then be false to any man.
Totoo.
So it's always a sort of examining yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And try to work on those in service of others.
True. Ito naman ang sa akin, Sir Mars. Sa kay Barack Obama.
Oh, okay.
Sabi niya ha.
Idol ko yun.
Idol.
Mine too.
Idol natin to. Okay. Sabi ni Barack, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek.
Excellent.
True.
Agree.
Exactly.
Very
Change must come from us first before we can change
Others.
others.
Okay.
Guys, thank you so much, Sir Mars. Oh, we got a lot of wisdom. From you.
Wisdom. His
Ay nga
wisdom.
pala, maybe I can show you the cover of my book. Nakita mo na, Chit, yung cover?
No. No, not yet.
Kailangan makita namin yan.
Yes, another
Oh my
inspiration.
gosh. I love this man.
Just a minute, yeah?
May I see?
Ayun, hinahanap niya.
Ito ba?
Ayan. Passion
Passion
for
for
Passion.
cliente.
Very
Passion
good.
for the customer,
Cliente.
what has not been told. And you know who is in this?
Yan.
Who?
It's
Ah.
thick, tita. Oh, it's thick.
I mean, ito talaga,
How many pages yan, Sir Mars?
110.
Wow, that's a labor of love. I'm sure.
Nakikita mo ba yan?
Ah,
Sino naman nandyan?
no, medyo malabo. Who are those?
Mayado.
Who are
Yeah.
those?
Si Tony Soto tsaka si Corny.
Oh, you didn't include our
They were there in
picture.
my
Picture
hotel
niya,
also
the
before
picture
he
niya.
passed
Wow.
away.
Before he passed away.
Oh,
I
that's
see.
so
I saw
nice.
Tony Soto.
Teachers din yan.
Yung mga
Yeah, teachers of Pilipinas din, yeah.
Oo.
Mm-mm.
Sir Mars, sana makuha namin. Hindi, punta ako sa Peru. I will
Yeah.
visit you and then
You
I want
seek
to
him.
get that book. I want to get that book. I want to buy. Passion, that means passion.
Passion. Yeah,
Pero
that's the key word. also.
client.
Judy, that's in
passionate.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Spanish and
passion.
Judy. Wait for the English version.
Wait for the English
I
version.
see. Okay. Sige sir, dahil baka hindi ako makaintindi, Bisaya pa nga ako eh. All right. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you so much, Tita Pasit.
You're
Tita
welcome.
Josie, you are there. I hope you are listening to us or you're gonna listen
Sayang,
to us. on
sayang.
Saturday.
I
Sayang.
know.
Anyway.
Mars, it's been a pleasure to see
No,
you
pleasure is
and
mine.
have this
Thank you,
interview.
Mars.
Adios.
And
Thank
Muchas
you so
gracias.
much.
okay,
Thank you.
Merry
thank you.
Christmas, Mars.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad
Feliz
para todos.
Navidad. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV.